I got a Scarcasm update too.
All right, cool. Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious episode 108. Did I update my thing to tell it properly? I did not. Season 3, episode 4. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Um,
We still
brought
doing
to
the
you.
seasons thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to
Even
get
though we
used
didn't
to.
stop, we didn't really stop. Like there's no pause in between the seasons.
Right. I mean, it's summer break or anything like that. It's not like you went on like a little 2 week or a 2 month hiatus. What do they do in Japan? It's like a month off, and then they do summer session, and then they take like a couple of weeks, and then they go right back into school. So
Okay.
it's not like we did that. But look, we're brought to you on Monday, February 5th. 2018 at approximately 6:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Larry, aka Bluemanrule, joined as usual by my main Damien. You all know him. You all love him. It is none other than the hater supreme himself, Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
Wait. When did I become a hater again? Like I'm not a hater.
Just play it.
When did I become a hater again? Like I'm not the hater.
I know.
You
I
are the
am not a
hater.
hater. Here's the thing. What's funny? Okay, so let's get into the definition of a hater. So let's do this real quick because we got
Okay.
many things to talk about. Well, we got quite a few things to talk about. But listen, so Mike said on his show, he was like, I'm just not into certain things, and therefore, I'm just not gonna like them. I'm like, okay, but I'm like, when I actually try certain things and don't like them with a good reason, then I'm the hater. Like, I just need to know.
But you're the one that hates on things. You hate on things in advance. Like I've tried JRPGs, not my thing.
Dude, I hate on things that I try after, like,
I try,
and I don't even hate. I just my assessment. You know what I'm saying?
I try anime. It's just not me. You know what I mean? Like
And
that
that's
type
fine.
of stuff. I tried Battlefield. I hate its damn guts. I hate
Right.
everything about Battlefield. Like I hate it. I hate it.
So
And
what have I hated on in advance?
I mean, you hate on everything.
On what?
How didn't you hate
Go
on
ahead, I'll
Killing
wait.
Floor?
Huh?
Everybody hates on Killing Floor. Like that's a
But
like
did I
when
not buy it and try it and play with you and
yeah.
appreciate you for it and say, okay, I'll give it another shot. I look forward to playing it again. Is that not what I said?
No, I'm not the one. I'm not the one that's gonna try to like bring up old stuff. I'm not that guy.
All right.
Like you ain't never gonna be like, why you bringing up old stuff? Like, that's not gonna. I'm not really that. I'm not really that dude. Like I'll do it time to time, but the only time I'll really do it is kind of like on the Dream Team, the last Dream Team, which is now live on Sundays 5 Eastern. Even though we were a little bit late last time because reasons.
Uh-huh.
Um,
The
and,
reasons.
and also the show was live on Crowdcast, which started next week. This show will be live on Crowdcast.
Word. Yeah, we got to get that in, y'all. So we'll try to do that. We'll try to make that happen. So we'll tell you guys how to get located over there for everyone who's interested to come in and drop in and check us out over there. So
You think we should do a test show at some point?
we should probably run a test show this week. I'm actually my Saturday is pretty tough, and my Sunday in the middle is a little occupied, but I'm cool any other day, mostly this week with the exception of Wednesday. So we can run it.
I mean, we could pull up Crowdcast for Friday late because it's not like we actually play games together anymore. We just all just kind of get into a chat and talk for a little bit, and then everybody like, yeah, I'm sleepy.
Right. Hey, man, I was tired, man. These weeks, boy. These weeks, dog. These weeks. But yeah, we can do that, man. We can make that happen, dog. So everybody,
we'll figure it out. But also, here's a programming note. Right now, the Scarcasm game nights, because of the Dream Team, the Scarcasm game nights have been on Sunday nights, and I think we're going to change it to we're going to do it Monday nights after this show. So I'll probably put it at 9 or 10, depending on how everything goes with this job I'm about to try to get. But I'm gonna do this show and then take about an hour or so, go get some grub and all that kind of stuff, and then we can play some games. We can move that to Mondays.
Word up. All right. So that's cool, man. So hey, so tell us about this. Tell us about the hunt then. Tell us how the job hunt is going. How's it looking?
Okay. So last week, right?
Uh-huh.
I had 2 people call me in the same day. to do like a phone interview. Like it was like about an hour or so in between. Like I did a call, like about an hour or two later, I got another call, did like phone interviews and stuff like that, and everything seemed to be great. But even with the other job, the UPS thing, the UPS thing that I ain't heard anything back about yet. They all said, okay, everything is good here. I'm gonna send it all to the hiring manager, and somebody will call you to set up an interview. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna be proactive, and I'm gonna get my suit clean. I'm gonna put it to the dry cleaners, and we're gonna do this thing. So when I roll up in the spot,
right?
Yeah, so I kind of procrastinated on Friday. I very much procrastinated on Saturday. And then yesterday, I said, well, they probably ain't even open, so I'm going to do it on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I figured, like, dry cleaners don't take that long, right? So I said, look, if anybody's going to call me for an interview, at the earliest they can call me is Monday.
Yeah. So
I will take the stuff on Monday, get the stuff dry cleaned, and then I'll set up everything, So I went there. I took my suit. I took like about three shirts that I can find the ties to.
Okay. That's important, y'all. That's important.
And then I put my really nice dressy sweater.
Okay.
So I took all that. So I'm like, cool. And then I get back here, then I get a phone call from a lady who wants to do an interview, and she says she wants to meet me in person, even though I can do she says she can meet me in person tomorrow or Friday.
Okay.
But or if we wanted to do a Skype interview, she could Skype interview on Thursday, and I was like, nope, I don't want to do Skype. I want if you want. I want to show up in the flesh, so you can see these skills firsthand. So,
like you want to go. It sounds like, I know it's not it, but it sounds like you can get these hands. Like you want to be there.
No, because what happens is it's another storage job.
Oh, okay. What up?
So it's a storage job. So like, right. I've been in storage almost 12 years. So like, I do this. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'd rather be there in person. And she was just like, okay, so do you want to meet on Friday? Or she was like, well, I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to be in the area tomorrow. Do you want to meet me tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. I can meet you tomorrow. And she was like, you sound a little apprehensive. And I was like, I just took all my stuff to the dry cleaners. I don't have nothing to wear. So, but I was like, I'll figure it out and I will see you tomorrow, 11:30. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna get there at 11. Mm-hmm. But she said 11:30. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's do 11:30. Okay. And so then I gotta hop in the whip and go back to the dry cleaners and was like, I'm gonna need that sweater. Like I got a shirt and tie that I can wear, and I got pants and all that other stuff. So I'm cool, but I was like, I'm gonna need that sweater and I'm gonna need that right now. Right. It was like if she couldn't do it, then that means that I was gonna have to go back to Men's Warehouse.
Damn it, dudes up in here. What's going on?
And not only get the sweater again, but get the sweater when it's not on sale.
Get the sweater when it's not on sale. That's a double hitter, right? Like you got to double dip and then you dip after the discount period. Like, come on, son. That's a rough one.
So I spent it's a $100 sweater. But I spent less than 50 on it. I can't remember exactly what I spent. I think I spent less than 50. And so I'm like, right, I'm getting ready to have to spend $100 for a sweater because being a dumbass, I took my stuff to the dry cleaners today and didn't even think to hold on to it. Didn't think to hold on to it long enough for in case somebody called me and wanted to see me tomorrow.
Right. Well, that ain't much.
Because the dry cleaner said they ain't gonna be done to Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, man, I told you, dry cleaners ain't no joke, dog. Like, okay, so believe it or not, I would pull it up, but I think I pulled it up before. But I downloaded this template in Excel, and it's a suit management tracking template. So I have my suits all broken out by like color, right? And then I have on what needs to be done. Like some need a button sewn on, like some need just like little patchwork on it, right? All of them need to be clean, right? But you gotta go in and do it in waves, because if you don't do it in waves, A, it's expensive as all get out, but B, it takes time. Like it just takes time to go in and get that stuff done. So yeah, man, I know that grind, bro.
But see, but the difference between you and me is you go to church, so that means you have multiple suits. I got two. One of them I can't fit, and I almost was in a situation to where I was gonna have to wear that suit. I was gonna have to wear that suit. Well, see, it was $100 sweater, but it was on
stage with their four brothers. You bogus.
Yeah, it was $100 sweater, but you know, it's just, you know, it's a nice sweater. I mean, you hit up the Instagram, you can see me in the sweater. But yeah, so
they talk about the $100 sweater, though. They ain't letting you. Simpson is like, look, you got to hit up Target, Walmart, or Old Navy to get fresh on the fly. Look, man, I kind of agree. Like, look, man, Kohl's is my jam, because Kohl's is my jam simply because the Kohl's card, dog. Like if you use the Kohl's card, you get like 15 to 20% off. All you do is pay that bad boy off at the end of the month.
Man, ain't nobody gonna give me no credit.
Man, please. They gonna give you credit. They just gonna give you credit at a high rate. That's why you pay it off before the interest has a chance to compound for the month, and then you good. You know what I mean? So
no, nobody gonna get, my credit is bad. Like my I'll tell you, my credit is so bad that like before I bought this computer, I went to Dell and I applied for a computer.
Mm-hmm. For the finance and all that, yeah.
Yeah, I did, and they was like, nah. And then when they sent me the letter saying nah, well, they told me nah, and then sent me a letter saying why. Mm-hmm. I was just happy that my credit score is above 5 now.
Hey, B. Well, that's what happens when you say I ain't gonna pay back them student loans. Like that's what happens. Like let's be clear.
I mean, that's 100%. That's 100% what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens, dog. I mean, they're gonna hit you. They're gonna make life as miserable for you as they possibly can. Simpson say he got a couple of $100 sweaters. He can't even comment on you, dog. Yeah. I mean,
no, that's my only sweater. I always said I was gonna go back and get some more. In fact, I said I was gonna go back and get another one. I would say I was going to go back and get another one before the holiday party, last December. But then my girl grandbaby was born, so she didn't go. So I was like, well, I get to save my money. I ain't got to buy more stuff. But yeah,
does that feel weird to say? I don't mean to jump in. Does that feel weird to say? Be like my girl's grandbaby. Like, does that feel weird to say?
But she has 2 and 1 on the way, so like it don't feel like that. Like my girl is 10 years older than me, dog. Like
right.
So it was weird at first. But nah, it's nothing now.
Yeah. Oh, Game Enthusiast says he goes casual to church. He didn't grow up doing that, but he likes it now. And here's the thing,
let me tell you, there's some members of my family, and they go to church, right?
Okay.
And they, it's not even casual. It's extremely come as you are.
Extremely come as you are. Okay.
It's extremely come as you are. So they
This ain't the Catholic side of church. So is it?
No.
Okay.
It's very much like, with jeans and t-shirts to church. And I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, even if I go into church, like at the very least, I need a button up and some slacks.
That's what I said, some slacks.
I would feel really wrong. Even if I'm just going for like some sort of like a meeting or something like that. Like if I know it's in a church, I cannot walk in there with jeans on. Like I can't. Like some jeans and some sneakers. Like I can't do that. Like I'm not a church person. So maybe it's different for different people. Like once you see people rolling up in there like they just left the club or they just walked in off the street, and you just see that so many times, maybe you get into that mode. But I can't get into that mode because I don't go to church, and two, because I know that the ghost of grandma.
Oh, she gonna rise up and get you.
I will get rose up on in church. Like the mama and the grandma voice when you in church. That sit your ass down. Mm-hmm. Like that. I would feel that. Like I would feel that. Speaking of feeling stuff, I shared this thing, and it's hilarious. And it says, Black people don't measure seasonings.
No,
when we cook our food, we just sprinkle until the spirits of our ancestors says, "Enough, my child."
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. I was in there messing with because my wife got some of the slap your mama seasoning, and
no, he said he would rock some Yeezys to church.
Sips are crazy. You see, he said 2 lines before that or 3 lines. He said, "I go to church to stunt and trap at the altar."
Pretty much. But let me tell you what. Let me tell you my opinion on Yeezys.
What's up, Keith?
They have
that's where I go.
They have convinced y'all. Seriously, they convinced y'all that burlap is cool because it's basically the material for Yeezys is basically burlap.
Really? I did not know that.
No, these are hot sneakers, but it's burlap.
I refuse to believe that. You can't make a burlap sneaker and pull the wool over the burlap over my eyes and say it's hot.
Look up Yeezys and you tell me. I had my old coworker, the guy who was the manager before me. He wore Yeezys to work, and it was like these like gray burlap shoes, and like
suede crepe. I'm about to share it with y'all, man, just so y'all think I ain't lied over this piece. All right,
all them Yeezys look like burlap, and I'm like, bruh, like I ain't even like it when it was on Little Big Planet, dog. Like, what am I gonna do?
What's up with this? What's up with that, dog? What's up with that? Can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it? Oh man, what is that, man? Like Kanye. I mean, I thought you knew better, B.
Those are the ones I'm talking about. Right, the ones that look like burlap, dog. Like
hey, that's the show image right there.
Yeah, those are the ones that my coworker. Those are the ones that my coworker would wear to work. Like those specific shoes right there. And I'm like, I can't. It's expensive as those shoes are, like you're not gonna convince me that burlap is cool. Like even the black ones that look a whole lot better, like it's still burlap. Like you're not gonna.
Hey, how cheap of okay, number one, think about the profit margin on those shoes. How cheap is burlap? And how much is he charging per pair? He said, why would we?
Well, like Jordans are like, $15 to $20 in there for the production of them. They're worth $15 to $20, but they sell them to you for $200 because you dumb enough to buy them.
Right, because that name brand carries. Okay, so let's get into some of the comments that they put in there now. Okay, so a couple of things I need to get in there. Now, Gaming Through said Marshall Sons for the gear. Like, look, and the Simpson put in here, and I've been saying it for a long time.
Remember, I'm not Marshall size.
You're right. I forget about that. You're right. But look, man. So he said, check out K&G for suits, and you can get some suits in there. Check out K&G for suits to get the budget buy. Dog, that's what I do. Especially when they have the buy one, get two, buy one, get three free sale. Dog, you go in there, you spend about $3. You get 3 suits, and $30 per suit will get you right for the tailoring. Number one, never ever buy a suit and don't get it tailored. If you walk around here and your stuff ain't tailored, like, dog, we're gonna have to have a serious conversation.
Okay,
like,
yeah, that happened because the first time I bought a real suit in quite some time, since like Easter suits. Like the first time
I remember I got beat in my Easter suits. Go ahead.
Word.
I got beat. Like, okay, so here, let me just get to this Easter story. Let me get to this Easter story.
Do you know how much that costs?
Boy, something along those lines. So I told you I grew up in the country, and I'm not lying. So we were out. So my church was literally an old Baptist church in the country on a hill. Legitimate. So, but we lived when I grew up. Wow. So we lived about a mile and a half down the road from the church. But my mom had just bought me and my brother some slamming suits, right? Like all one color. You know what I'm saying?
My last Easter suit was electric blue, and you couldn't tell me.
Oh man, thing. I was in here having a similar green to like somewhere between the Jacksonville Jaguars green and the University of North Texas green. Like that was my green. That was my green. I was on it. And but it was so I guess maybe it's a little lighter. So it's between like the Florida or I guess I don't know. The Marlins I was gonna say, but I don't know if their stuff is green necessarily. But anyway, it was a lighter green.
They changed their colors.
Yeah, so it was a lighter green. So we out there and we down here, down at the house, down by like the little pond or whatever, man. We out here and we just playing. We having a great time. I'm falling down. It's muddy outside. So we out here playing, and my cousin said, she was like, "Ooh, and Linda gonna get you." So I went on back to the house, and man, I was just dirty from head to toe. Man, I went in, man. I must have beat up and down, left and right. So like I went to church. It didn't even hurt to sit down, dog. Like it was rough. She's like, "No, you ain't putting on nothing else. We're gonna try to clean this off, and you're gonna go into church dirty like that."
We was talking about on the Dream Team. We was talking about like when you in the store and you get the speech before you walk in the store.
Whoa, boy.
You try to get something and your mom's yell at you, and then you start crying, but then she tell you to shut up, and you got to do the right. Like so you in church with a dirty sea green,
man, legs just shaking. You know, I earned every bit of that butt whooping, right? Like mom just went and bought that brand new. You know what I mean? I was clean, fresh dressed. So it was something else, dog. But yeah, I got beat like I stole something. Yeah.
Chase said your N7 is showing. That reminds me of something.
It's supposed to, dog. It's supposed to. You see it back there?
Okay. So I can't see it because I shortened the screen so it'll fit.
Oh, okay.
But let me tell you something. I want to do a playthrough. I want to do a playthrough and either record videos or live stream that 2 and 3,
okay.
maybe even Andromeda.
Again?
But I do want to play Andromeda again. I'm trying not to. But since Chase got an Xbox, I'm back on Xbox a lot now. I mean, okay. I'm still doing the same things, you know, YouTube and Netflix mostly. But I want to make my character look like Barack Obama.
Oh. Why though?
I want to do that for the culture, dog. Like I want to do that for the culture. Like
he gonna have that high and tight.
For real. So like I'm put a little gray in there, you know what I mean? Like I want to do that for the culture. Like I really, and you know there's websites, the creator character websites that teach you how to make like certain characters and stuff like that.
Parameters, yeah.
I want to do a Mass Effect Barack Obama playthrough, and I want to make that hot. I'm gonna make it hot.
Okay, that's gonna be an interesting way to pull that off. I'd be interested to see what he said. You should have. Yeah, you know what? I should have known better, Aaron. I should have known a whole lot better. I tell you what, I was gonna learn today.
You gonna learn.
You're gonna learn today. I learned that day, boy. But but listen, all right, man. So so we're 24 minutes into this thing. So there's one thing I want to talk about, Mike. Two quick things that I found in the news this week that I think would be really interesting to talk about. Number one, so you know, Amazon enters a lot of different markets, right? And every time they enter a market, they cause a disruption, right? It's like the blue ocean strategy that Nintendo had back in the day with the Wii, which is why the Wii was such a really, really resounding success. So, but not talking about video games.
Show up, offer a decent quality product at a lower cost, and watch, you know,
watch everybody react. Basically,
if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up.
Exactly. So, on January 30th, Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, if you want me to say it properly, Berkshire Hathaway, and JP Morgan announced a vague plan, right? It didn't have a lot of details that said this is what they're going to do. Those three companies are going to band together and create an insurance entity that insures just their employees. Just their employees. Now, that said, they cause the stock valuation of the top 10 currently existing insurance companies to fall $30 billion in a day. In a day.
That's how you do it.
Now, that is one heck of a market disruption. Like, I don't even understand how that's even possible. But I guess maybe people must have misinterpreted the news, kind of like I did, thinking that Simpson gave it through there talking about for the culture. And you need to play on Andromeda, Aaron. It really is quite good, man. To keep your expectations low and just go in and see what it got for you. Yeah. But
I know people, like, I was talking to I can't remember. I don't know whether, I think it was Rojas. I think Rojas and the previous guest that we had, was named Corey.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then they both said that either they didn't play 3, or I think Rojas said it wasn't on the show, but it was in like those conversations that we had before playing Killing Floor. He said he just went through it real fast for a review, but he never went back and played for himself.
Yeah.
And he did it before the patch.
Yeah, he has to do that. I mean, I recommend that because, you know, I like 3. I was one of those people. I wasn't calling for a rewrite, but I was upset that because I felt like my choices didn't matter. I really did. I felt like to do all of this and to have this game come down to 3, they weren't binary, but 3 trinary choices that I wouldn't have chosen for myself had I had the option. I was highly infuriated. And I did get the third, the green ending where it opened up to me on my first playthrough, and I was disappointed. I did. So
I went blue for the first one, and I was happy with my choice. When I first finished it, I didn't know there was a green ending, like, because I hadn't played any multiplayer, so my readiness was not up. So I wanted to get through the story before I got into multiplayer. So I mean, I didn't know that I pretty much almost finished the game on the first day because I took the day off.
Oh, did you? Man, you put a Death Prime. Put a Death Prime.
But here's my thing. When it comes to 3 and when it comes to Andromeda, you have to look. This is the best way to look at it. 3, the whole game is the ending.
Yeah. I mean, and we've had that conversation before. You mentioned it on the show. Yeah.
But this is for the people who haven't played.
Yeah,
the whole game is the ending, because what you're doing is you are solving that universe's problems.
Your universes, be clear, your universe's problems that you had let linger or did or didn't solve. You know what I mean? Right. But back to the insurance. And then Andromeda, drop everything that you feel about the previous Mass Effect. If the game itself is not bad. It is not like Mass Effect level, but one thing that you need to know before you play Andromeda is when you played the previous trilogy, you were a military person. These aren't military personnel. And so like what you're doing is a lot of combat, but these aren't military personnel. So they aren't constricted by military protocol. Okay, word up.
Yeah, so and then just ride the wave. Like it's so much better than it's so much better than what EA did to it, because EA did this. Like, I'm sorry.
EA it was all EA. It was all EA.
But go ahead, Amazon.
Yeah. So again, $30 billion drop in the top 10 companies, and they're only going to be providing insurance to 1.2 million employees. That's the total count of all three of those companies, right? So that's a lot of people. That's an average of 400,000 employees per company, right? It's quite a bit of people, but it's just interesting, man, that they had this huge market capitalization and price share just drop, just because Amazon talking about entering the market. You know, like people scared though, man. Like Amazon is just like, look, Amazon come on the block, everybody hide their chain, everybody put their bikes up.
Amazon is Omar.
Yeah,
Omar coming.
Amazon coming.
people just like, you know what? Forget it. We just gonna throw our stuff out the window. Just go.
Hey, hey man, it's more like Debo though. It's more like, hey, lock your bike up.
No.
Chain up. Don't even wear your chain out.
You finished The Wire, didn't you?
No.
Okay, so the Wire, Omar became such a mythical figure that when he showed up to rob the drug dealers, when they would holler out Omar coming, and the drug dealers would just throw the money and the drugs out the window so that they wouldn't get killed in the process of getting robbed by the mythical Omar.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So when I say
that part was good. I need to get back to it. But that was good.
So when I say Omar coming, Amazon coming, that's what it is.
Right.
They throwing all the drugs and their money out the window so they don't get hit.
Right. So honestly, I thought it was pretty interesting, man, just to see that stuff kind of unfold. Now the second thing I want to talk about, Mike, because you know me, I got things.
I never got to say what I thought about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. You were too busy talking about Mass Effect.
I think it's great that they would show up for their employees, because there's a lot of their employees. I was reading an article that there's a lot of their employees that are getting government assistance and all that other stuff. So if they could do something for their people and make it a reasonable price, I'm all in for it. I'm all in. I think this is lagging behind. Like
well, but YouTube is about a 15-second delay.
Okay. But I think it's a good thing for the people, and it'll take something like Netflix to really shake this whole thing up, because if it works out well and they can start, like, what if they give, if you got Prime, like, you get a discount on this thing.
That's what I said. Hey, you know what I nicknamed? You know what I subtitled the show title? Cause I know you didn't, because you never look at the notes. It was Family Plan Prime. Like, that's it. You know what I mean?
You got it. That was you. You got it.
Yeah. So I think it'll be quite interesting if they came in, because I used to work in the insurance industry, man, and it is a dirty, dirty business. And I would not recommend it on anyone. But if anyone could come in and bring it in and has the resources and the pocketbook to kind of bottom out the industry and kind of toss out the old ones, then so be it. I think Amazon has it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of it, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right.
Because you know Family Plan Prime is gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Watch.
He said,
watch Orphan Black and get $20 off your copay. Like,
they still need to put the last season of Orphan Black on Amazon Prime.
Simpson say Amazon about to get paid.
No, he said Amazon about to get me paid. He must
about to get me paid. Yeah,
he must have got some stock options.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what Simpson does, right? You know, that's all he does. Yeah, man. But yeah, he bright dude. But okay, so here's the second thing that's interesting. So we've talked before about ancient cultures and stuff. You know, we talked about how Assassin's Creed is going back to Egypt. But this week, and this is the one I put in the chat. This week, they just found through LiDAR, which is light infrared detecting radar. It's something that they use. I was aware of it when I was working back in GIS and oil and gas industry. Basically, they use tons of information or tons of little points to process the geometry and shapes and height and depth of things, so that instead of you just taking a picture from overhead, now you can see the now you can see not the geometry and the terraforming of everything around a particular area. So you can see how all the trees, how tall they are, where the hills are. You can look at it's so fine in detail. You can even look at declines and water runoff ratios and calculate all of that stuff. Well, they use this LiDAR, they use this technology, which literally, when you take a snapshot of an area, it takes up petabytes of data, not gigabytes, not terabytes, but petabytes of data. And they found that one of the old Mayan places, and I'll pull it up here and I'll show you guys, but it was only expected to be a small area, but now it's expected to be absolutely massive and completely changes how they thought how advanced the Mayan culture was now. Because now they see that things were connected in waterways and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this with everyone because I want people to see how cool this really is. So it's already near 2 known Mayan cities, right? So that's what the city looks like on the left. If you guys are watching, it looks like it's covered by trees, and you can see like a big like temple, and then like some areas a little bit to the southeast of that. But then if you go and look at the actual blown up picture of the area, when you look at the LiDAR imaging, you can see how it cascades down and how it's built level on top of level. And they're very intricate paths and waterworks and pathways that are carved throughout that entire area. And it's much more expansive and way larger than they thought it was going to be. And this just completely turned everything they knew about the Mayans on their head. So I'm mad interested in that. I really want to see how that all breaks down, man. But that's technology, man.
Yeah, it's technology, but like we had this conversation about like, about how there's so much about our planet that we don't know. Like stuff like this just proves that like anything you thought about the Mayans may not exactly be accurate.
Yeah.
And also it's it's linking to the past in a way that there's still things that are in the past that we can't understand how they got done. Like no one knows how they made the pyramids.
Right. I mean, there's some theories out there, but
there's some theories, but it's not, but nothing concrete. Like all of these things that happened in these areas in like the BC time and all of that other stuff. Like a lot of that is just speculation. And I think it's good that you can find something like this. Now, here's the problem. How do you get to it to study it without messing it up?
That LiDAR can tell you quite a bit, right? So that can definitely help if you get proper archaeologists out there who know how to uncover and unroot or uproot different things very safely and carefully. You can do it. It's gonna take a long time.
But to get to it, you have to remove the forest out of the equation, which causes more problems.
It does, man. It really does. Especially for the ecosystem down there. But it's interesting, man. I think, and we're right. Like we really, it's funny because there are, like I was just doing some studying for the job the other day, and there are 3 areas, right, or 3 or 4 areas. So there's the known knowns. They're the things that you know, right? Mm-hmm. And then there are the unknown knowns, right? There are some things that you don't know yet, but you are aware that you don't know them, right?
Shout out to 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah.
They came out with an album called The Most Known Unknowns.
Yeah, and then they have the unknown unknowns. There's just some things we simply don't know because we can't literally fathom them existing, right? Mm-hmm. So there are these different areas upon which knowledge and information lies. And when you discover things like that and you think that, it's actually home to millions more people than we thought it was than it actually housed, well then, wow, what else don't I know, right? It's one of those revelational points to be like, boy, I was off the mark on that one, son.
Right.
So, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this all breaks down. So an archaeologist said, Stephen Houston from Brown University said that I think this is one of the greatest advances in over 150 years of Maya archaeology. And look, man, I'm looking to see what I'm looking to see what comes from this. Like, I am really excited about that, man, because yeah, I want us to be past the I want us to be past the point. And yes, Aaron, petabyte is 1,000 terabytes. Absolutely, sir. So yeah, it's interesting, man.
Yes, and that's true. The whole thing about the pyramids and people couldn't explain it, so they just said aliens.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. Boy, that is the common thing too. Some aliens, boy, some aliens put that together. No, you just think Egyptians couldn't put it together.
Here's a channel needed people to watch. So they were just like, you know what? I got it.
Right. Oh, also, so the Mayan information I want to tell everyone, it's a BBC special. Like, this information is going to be revealed in a BBC special that airs on Sunday, February 11th, at 10 p.m. their time. So I guess that's what, 5 hours ahead of us, or 5 hours ahead of us here, I think. So it's gonna air on BBC. So if you have BBC or access to BBC, Cody, go check it out and see if you can see if you can watch that. The special is called Lost Cities of the Maya Revealed. So go check that out. I think that we can learn more from there. So all right, Mike, I am almost complete out of here. I think I am. I did want to talk about some of the Super Bowl commercials, because that's what we do kind of yearly, dog. I talk about the Super Bowl commercials.
I only watched the last little bit, okay, I only seen a couple of the commercials.
All right,
Giants need to take that L, bro.
What?
The Giants need to take that L. Like, it's real. Like, I get it. Like, y'all was just having fun or whatever like that. But when y'all go from being manly men football players to reenacting Dirty Dancing with the person playing the woman being suspect in the beginning, like, we have some real issues here. Your man's has exhibited a lot of suspect behavior.
Bogus, man. Look, man. How you gonna come in? Look. You know what? I read about the ad and I saw a couple of clips from it. Looked like it was funny, but I don't know, man. I didn't watch it, so I can't.
It would have been funny if it wasn't a football team.
Like, no, I don't care about. So to me, I don't care about either one of that. Like, one thing is, do you remember what the product was about? It was NFL, right? So do you remember the product? A, and B, are you telling people about it? Yeah. That's it. Like, it was effective. It was effective. Now, was it $5.1 million worth of effective? I don't know. That's not my call.
But I still think, even though I saw it before the Super Bowl, that the Alexa commercial with the other people filling in for Alexa, that was funny.
That's pretty funny.
I love Cardi B. Like, she is so gloriously, like, I mean, she's like the definition of bad and bougie, but she's also like real hood. So, like, I love the fact that that she's included in things like that now.
It's funny because at first it took me a minute to figure out who she was, and I was like, "Is that Cardi B?" Because I'd only seen a couple of pictures of Cardi B, and I was like, "That kind of looks like Cardi B," and I knew it had to have been. Okay, well, so
at the end, she does her own song.
Yes, I know. That's when I was like, "Yeah, that's her." Okay, so last year the average spot on the Super Bowl was $5.5 million. So, which the last 3 years it's gone up $500,000 every single year. So that would, if the prices were accurate, and if the trend analysis for the recent years can be relied upon, although past performance is not indicative of future potential, it could be estimated that it costs around $6 million to create that commercial.
Okay. And I'm gonna say this: there is a video that I seen somebody share, and it was from Bleacher Report. It is at what looks like a Florida Gators basketball game, and I guess a large group of white people with a couple of black people sprinkled in decided to do a dance routine to Cardi B's song.
Really, like a flash dance routine? I can't like.
No, it was like, you know, like when you what was it, 2K17, right?
Yeah.
And when you do the either the prelude or when you start the your my career,
Yeah.
when you first come out and then the crowd is doing that synchronized dance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's because they cheaped out on animation.
That is that. But they're doing it with the cheerleaders or the dancers.
Okay.
And it is
Gaming through you focus.
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it. So if you my friend on Facebook, go watch that mess. Because it is. Whew.
Now,
but then also, if you want to figure out how the white populace can ruin something, look up.
There you go, blaming.
look at LSU's version of Neck. Like all the band heads know what I'm talking about. Neck is it's a song that every band has their own version of, and it's a cameo song talking out the side of your neck.
Oh, okay.
So most people just call it Neck, but they were banned from playing that song because of what the crowd says while playing that song. Instead of saying talking out the side of your neck like all of the other bands do, they say suck that tiger D B.
What?
Yes, it is real.
Oh man, come on, son! Like man, them fighting words, like them fighting words, dog.
Yes,
man, you say that to my home.
And last year at one of their games, I can't remember which one. Your boy Captain Suspect was there, and he wanted them to play the song, and he said, "I'll pay the fine."
Really?
Captain Suspect got them to. Yeah, wow. Captain Suspect got them to play the song again because it is banned. They are not allowed to play that song. But they actually said what they always say.
Man, that's so bogus, man. Hey, so all right, so excuse me, going on. Gaming Through said the avocado ad, the avocados from Mexico ad, and yeah, and Simpson actually said avocados and Tide were pretty cool.
I didn't see that one.
I like the Doritos Spitfire ad, and I know it came out a little bit before they released that early. That was great. Busta Rhymes talked about it on the Levitar show. Yes. Look, man, Busta be going off. He's one of my favorite rappers, period, just because he can play with meter just like a man, like a few people can. But that dude was ridiculous. But Peter Dinklage was nailing it, son. It was so great.
Okay. Here's my problem with it. We only saw him mouthing the words. We didn't hear him say the words, so we don't know if he could actually say it.
Oh, no. It's fine. It looked as if he was nailing it. It's lip sync battle, you know what I mean? So it was all good, but I enjoyed the mess out of that. I enjoyed the heck out of that.
Yeah, I got you.
And it was greatness, man. It was greatness. Like, that's what you kind of want out of a Super Bowl ad, right? Simple, but you remember what the product is, dog. And, you know, they happen to have a couple of hot rappers in there, and it was all good, man. So
BA represent.
Yeah, you know, that was greatness, man. So I quite enjoyed that. Now, Simpson Gaming Through said, man, they did all those advertisements as a distraction from kneeling and CTE. And then Simpson said, except when Brandon Cook got lit up. Look, Brandon Cooks got lit, bro. I was watching that. He got rocked.
I only saw a picture. I saw a picture of right before what looked like he was getting ready to be powerbombed.
Man, look. I saw him up. I saw him up right before the down. I didn't actually see it, bro. I'm gonna have to go look. It's an ear hole. Like it's what they call an ear hole hit. And so I used to play a lot of special teams, and especially when you blocking people and they watching the ball and they ain't watching you, the second they turn and you get out of their peripheral and you just watch them and you come back, that's a blast. That's an ear hole, right? Where you looking right in the ear hole and you lift them off the ground. Boy, he got lit. And I was like, oh, he ain't moving. He got rocked. But he did kind of get hit in the head a little bit. Like the way that the helmet ran across his face, like he got hit in the head a little bit. But man, that's tough, man. You hate that because he's such a good player, man.
Yeah, shout out to all the fans who did all of the rioting last night and they weren't called thugs.
Oh man. Oh, and I'll
I
put in
mean,
the chat.
the Philly fans and Patriots fans went off last night, but the Philly fans tore the city up. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
Like
Simpson was out there in them streets. He was out there in them streets.
And then what happened was like before the Super Bowl, they were greasing up the poles so people wouldn't climb the poles. And Pornhub offered to send them more lube for the poles.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
People at Pornhub are great marketing strategists.
Absolutely, man. Oh, that's greatness. Okay, so so where I'm looking at sporting news says the average
they was putting Crisco on the polls, bro.
Crisco, cool out, man. Cool out. All right, Mike. We are at about 50 minutes in. We got a couple other things to talk about, what we've been consuming and stuff. So let me start it off because I know you want to get some stuff, and y'all know I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna get my section in really quick. Number one. Mike and I played some Killing Floor. It was fun. It's fun. I ain't got nothing bad to say. We'll try it again. I want to get some more in. Also, look, man. I say it every week. Dragon Ball Super is stinking awesome, man. Like, y'all need to just quit playing, stop listening to me, and get out there and go watch it. That VRV app on Xbox One, if you have an Xbox One, will let you watch all of Dragon Ball Super and even let you watch the new episodes the day after they air. So,
how much is that?
Free.
Free 99?
Free 99, dog. Free 99. So check it out.
Trying to get me on that app for the longest.
It's so good. You can watch so many different anime on that app for free. And for free. It's amazing.
Commercials? Commercials?
Some commercials, but they're short. They're short.
The CW app is the worst. But I will say this about the CW app. Your boy Kendrick Lamar is on 3 different commercials that they play all the time. Kendrick winning right now, dog. Like he winning. He didn't win a whole lot of the awards.
Right.
He winning right now. Kendrick Lamar is on 3 different commercials.
Right. Hey, Gaming Through said made Morgan's part seem less impressive. You talking about that Spitfire ad? Yeah, it did. Right, like you should play those opposite. Right, you should play Morgan first, and then bring Peter on at the end, man. But it was greatness, man. So and then Altered Carbon, man. I started that Netflix show last night. But my wife and I were kind of talking, going back and forth and stuff, so I ain't really pay attention to it that much. But from what I could tell, it looked pretty cool. So I'm gonna go back, start him again tonight. Right?
I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna get on that soon because I watched Black Mirror.
Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be pretty cool, man. You know, Ace was checking it out, so shout out to Ace for checking that out. And you know, the new Cloverfield joint is on Netflix now, which I wasn't aware of till you told me, and I wasn't even paying attention.
You know, people are complaining because Netflix bought this one, but Netflix doesn't have the others.
Yeah, quit complaining, dog. Like, just be happy Netflix gave you something for like they ain't even. Come on, man.
Quick tip. It's on Amazon. If you got Family Plan Prime, you can watch the other 2 Cloverfield movies on Prime.
Yeah. So, also, they have a ton of Batman stuff on Prime because my son was asking me, and they have like the Batman. No, they have like the old school Batman anime. They got the Brave and the Bold. Man, they got so much. They got Batman Year One movie. They got all that stuff out there, right? They got the Killing Joke. I thought
the movie was pretty decent. I read the Killing Joke, but I have not seen the animated Killing Joke. I will say though. The Killing Joke has the most raw scene in history. Joker walks in the spot, shoots Barb, and immediately says, "She'll never walk again." Like, bruh.
It's gangster. But if you've never seen it, then just play Batman Arkham Knight because they replay that virtually scene for scene, which is why I think it's one of the laziest games ever. Yes, Game Enthuse. I hated Arkham Knight because I was mad they didn't do an original story. I hated having to use the stinking Batmobile all the time like that, like having to use it to progress through the final portion of the game. I hated it. So, yeah. So that's me. Rant done. But Mike, tell them what you've been watching, dog.
Okay, I've been watching my CW shows. I'm caught up, even on Supergirl. I'm caught up.
Oh, bless your heart, I can't do it.
Here's why I ended up watching Supergirl. Is because they are putting Supergirl. They're playing a few episodes of Supergirl, and then they're gonna switch it out with Legends of Tomorrow, and then bring back Supergirl. So Legends is not on right now.
Oh, okay. Word. That's probably the best. You know what? I realized where I finished Legends of Tomorrow. I was still in season 1, bro. I was still in season 1.
You got to get out of season 1.
I was still in season 1. I've
2
only watched crossover episodes.
season 1 is the weaker of the two so far. Season 2, they finally found their stride and it really got into it. I'm really liking season 3 so far, and they getting Wally, dog.
Nice.
Because Wally is criminally underused on the Flash.
Yes, he is. He needs to shine a little bit.
So they're gonna put him on Legends. He's gonna be on Legends, and he might end up on the Titans Teen Titans show.
Word. So I'm gonna get back into Black Lightning. I gotta watch Black Lightning tonight. I gotta watch last week's Black Lightning tonight. I gotta get up on that. I ain't watched last week's yet. So I'm looking forward to that. But man, that show is just, I don't know, it's something about that show, man. It's just cool. For all y'all waiting, we're less than 2 weeks away from Black Panther. So I cannot wait to get there. I am ready. And nothing but great things. I've heard nothing but great things from every type of review on the
Black Panther, everything you do. Do you know that there's a concerted effort by DC fans to tank the Rotten Tomatoes score right now?
Yeah, I posted that in the chat. Yeah, man. There was a group on, was it Facebook? Or right? No, it was on Rotten Tomatoes. You're right. It was a group on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, it was a Facebook group.
Yeah,
they were gonna go to Rotten Tomatoes and they were gonna tank the score.
And they were thousands strong, like 5,000. They were like, "Look, we're gonna tank the score because we feel like Marvel paid off the critics to review DC movies poorly." I'm like, dog, DC movies failed because they were just bad. They were just bad.
And y'all ain't gonna see them.
Right. You ain't gonna see them because
they were bad. That's y'all fault.
Exactly. How you gonna blame the critics? That's like me rolling to a restaurant. Is it like me rolling to a restaurant? No. That's like me rolling to a classroom, me taking my test, doing bad on my test, and blaming the teacher because they don't know how to grade. Like, come on, son. Like, I'm the one that messed that one up. Come on, man. So, man, these cats. But yeah, it's interesting, y'all. So I'm looking forward to it. I have heard nothing but great things. See, Gaming Dude said that driving annoyed him too in Batman Arkham Knight. That's what I'm talking about, son.
And I finished Black Mirror. I watched the last 3. I watched the last 3 episodes today. I will say I really like this season. The only problem that I have is what a lot of the fans of Black Mirror had. All of the endings are too happy.
Okay.
I mean, because some of these.
Keep in mind, season 1 was really not so happy, though, right?
Well, most of Black Mirror is not. The endings are not happy. But this season, pretty much the endings are way too happy, and a lot of the fans are kind of mad. And I'm like, yeah, we could have did something with this. I very much enjoyed that last episode, though. The Black Museum, I very much enjoyed that. It's like White Christmas, but like based off of one guy's life and the things that he's done. It's really good. I enjoyed that.
Okay, word up. All right, man. You got anything else, Mike? Because we got 2 minutes left, dog. We can just get into shout outs now and be up out of here on time. Like,
okay, yeah, do that. We got it. Shout out to the chat. Everybody listen now. Everybody that's gonna listen later, we got you.
For sure. So shout out to everybody who was up in this piece, man. Simpson, my dude, Game Enthuse, Aaron from Game Enthuse, Keith, Chase, everybody who's up in here, man. We appreciate all the time you guys dropping in. Appreciate the patronage. We appreciate you getting out there, sharing it with people, the interaction. That's always the greatness, man. So madly appreciate it. We're gonna try a little something different next week. We'll try a little something different. Shout outs to everyone who listened. And yeah, man, I guess I should give some shout outs to some people, right? So shout outs to shows I've been listening to that I haven't been given mad shout outs to. Shout outs to A Starting Point. Shout outs to Gaming Vessels. Shout outs to the OMG Hour. Shout outs to Everyday Gamers. Shout outs to everyone, man, just everyone in our circle.
Rojas, who showed up.
Rojas, man, been dropping. I listen to Scar Show too, so Rojas, hilarious dude. He is just nuts. Like, he's on it too. Like, he will pick up a joke in a minute and run with it. Like,
I like that dude.
Rojas is awesome, man. He's at Spiders Venom on Twitter. Y'all check that dude. SPYDERSVENOM. Y'all check him out. Yeah, and that's really about it, man. We really appreciate y'all for checking us out, man. We will, if you like us, please give us a thumbs up. Give us 5 stars. Please leave us a review wherever you listen to this fine podcast. Check out openformradio.com. We got tons of other things over there. Check out Scarcasm Live. Check out the Dream Team. Check out everything Mike's involved with, and come drop in tonight and play some games.
Check out the homie Game Enthuse. I ain't doing that this week.
Yeah, but, check out Game Enthuse.
Starting next week, we're probably going to try to put the game nights on Mondays.
Okay, yeah,
but that might be next week. But we'll keep y'all updated when I do the next Scarcasm.
Okay, yeah, and I forget. I mean, I listen to Aaron, and since I got my new phone, I hadn't been because none of my podcast subscriptions came over. So now that he's up in the chat, I will be re-downloading stuff because I've been running out of stuff. And Aaron gives you a good 150 minutes of content every week. So
I heard that I started. Well, first of all, I'm listening to a podcast called The Psychology of Black Mirror.
Okay, we're gonna start spelling Black Mirror as myrrh and frankincense. We're gonna start spelling it like that. Black Mirror.
I was told that I should listen to the Atlanta Monster podcast, so I'm gonna try that sometime soon.
Okay, all right. So Black Mirror. Yep, we got it. MYR. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening and/or watching Facetious episode 108, season 3, episode 4. Be back next week and trying to cut it short so we can get the game times going. But everybody, thank you so much for listening. Peace out to the Warriors.